My name is Courtney Bercan, and I'm a nurse for Doctors Without Borders. I think I really think of myself as someone who sees myself as sees everyone as equal on this planet, and sees everyone as deserving of the same privileges and rights. But I was even quite challenged on this mission because I was in the Mediterranean working with the migrants. We'd search for their boats and then pick them up if they were in distress and board them onto ours. And you're just dealing with hundreds of people from all around the world. It's just chance where you were born and what opportunities you've had in life. And it is so humbling to lose that last little vestige of, well, I worked for what I have. And it's like, yeah, I have, but I had such a head start. And this woman that I'm caring for that's, taken her 3 kids across the Sahara Desert and is brave enough to get into this boat to try to get them to Europe. She would be like an astronaut if she used that the same resilience and strength that she's shown, and if she had this sort of upbringing that I'd had. I'm always reminded, life is short and it's fragile, and it's something that we just don't have to think about our mortality very often here. We choose to think about it. Should I cut sugar out of my diet? Should I drink caffeine, not drink caffeine? That's how we kind of frame things. But there are the majority of people on this earth that are making decisions that are life and death on a frequent basis. Do I leave my family in Libya where my wife is probably going to continue to get raped and my kids aren't going to be able to go to school and I'm not going to be able to provide for them? Do I do that, or do I get on a boat and try to make it to Europe? I was only 19 or 20, but I knew what my passions were, and that was traveling, working with other cultures, learning other languages. After I read this book about Doctors Without Borders, I did some volunteer work in South Africa, and my 2 closest friends were nurses. And I think just hearing their stories and hearing what they do and hearing their level of expertise and how they can really help people on a day-to-day basis and providing support and just being there for people created a little seed. And then I applied to Doctors Without Borders expecting to kind of get turned down, expecting that I still wouldn't have quite enough experience, but they accepted me. Lifestyle, I think, is one of the biggest things you have to take into consideration if you are wanting to do humanitarian work, because it really is quite demanding. You're away from your family, you're away from your friends in very challenging situations. My very first assignment, I was in a room, sharing a room with 3 people. There was another room with 3 people next to us, and our office was in the living room. You're taking bucket showers, there's no vegetables or fruits a lot of times, so they're often very challenging situations. And I I don't mind that, I kind of love it. I was very careful to not have too high of expectations. I think when you're waiting to apply to your dream job, it's very easy to build it up into something that it can't possibly live up to. And the reality of humanitarian work is it's got a lot of highs and it's got a lot of really amazing moments, but it's got a lot of really low moments. And it's not as glamorous or as instantly gratifying as you might expect kind of see in a movie or something like that. But it's really, really worth it, I think. Looking back, I would definitely do it again. I would definitely make the same decisions. Follow your passion in that respect, and if the humanitarian path does interest you, then I would definitely encourage you to pursue it, because it's pretty amazing to get to do what we do.